Get excited! We're learning about Dronzer S. Dronzer is one of the most iconic Beyblades to ever release in the franchise of Beyblade. Over the 6 years the product line ran for, Dronzer got 13 different designs. Hit that subscribe button because I have all of them, and they will all be getting their own review. Today, we're going to focus on Dronzer Spiral, anime release number 2. The first canon anime Beyblade that we see for the Dronzer line, that released in December of 2000. My favorite comment from last week's Drasil V2 video is from Blackbird. He says, "I still can't accept that my Fintection broke because of Seaborg 2. A moment of silence for your Fintection." Thank you. The Dronzer Beyblades are pretty cool, but in my opinion, what really makes Dronzer an elite Beyblade is the owner, Kai Hiwatari. He is an insane character throughout the entire series. We're introduced to both him and his partner Dronzer in the first episode of the Beyblade anime. Tyson gets wrapped up in a battle with Carlos, a member of the Blade Sharks, a gang of Beyblade thieves that break and steal other people's Beyblades if they lose. Tyson ends up defeating Carlos. When Carlos tries to leave, we're introduced to Kai Hiwatari in one of the most badass anime character intros. The camera pans up at Kai standing in the sunset. He jumps down like a 2-story tall hill, lands in the superhero stance, and then just slaps Carlos out of existence. Kai hit so hard, even Tyson lost his teeth. We quickly find out who this person is. He is the leader of the Blade Sharks, one of the toughest blade gangs around, and he owns an insanely powerful bit beast named Dronzer. Tyson thinks that his new launch technique will allow him to actually have a chance against Kai, but with only the second attack, Kai is able to feed off of Tyson's power. Kai flies up into the air and comes down and decimates Dragoon. I'll save the rematch between these two for the History of Kai Hiwatari video that I'm making right now. Stay tuned. With the introduction of Dronzer S into the series, you can see that it evolves from 4 blades into just 2. This new attack ring that we get is called Double Wing, and it features 2 parallel phoenixes surrounding the bit chip. This is a very big upgrade over the last 2 designs. This is where they start to incorporate the phoenix motif into the attack ring. It is a very smart design that makes Dronzer very prominent on this Beyblade. Dronzer is a balanced type Beyblade, and this attack ring does very well in that category. It has nice smooth edges for that stamina, but also a sharp corner for that smash attack. The attack ring isn't even the most exciting part about this Beyblade. The stock weight disc that comes on Dronzer S is 8 balance. We already saw this weight disc previously on Wyborg. This 8 balance weighs in at 14.2 grams. Moving down to the spin gear. This comes with right spin gear, but a free shaft version. As you can see, you can take apart the center of the spin gear, and that will expose a metal rod that is surrounded by a bearing that gives it that free spin gimmick. It's very cool to see, even on these really early releases, that they put so much thought into these gimmicks. But this isn't even all of the gimmick, it pairs up really nicely with the blade base. Instead of clips, they put a nice metal ring on top of this to keep the actual casing of the spin gear closed before it's surrounded and the rest of its housing. If you're learning something in this video or just enjoy it, please hit that like button. I spend a lot of time on these videos. Thank you. And the blade base we get is Spiral Change Base. As you can see here, it actually was produced in Japan in 2000. If you didn't know, Takara Tomy actually started outsourcing their production to China after the first year or 2, so finding products that are actually made in Japan is a really cool thing. Moving to the bottom of this blade base, we can now see how it pairs up with the actual spin gear. As you can see here, Dronzer S does take on the mode change, just like its predecessor, Dronzer Auto Change Balancer. You can switch between this metal spike or put it back into attack mode with this flat bit. It can have stamina or attack mode. Very cool feature of the early releases of Dronzer. I read every comment, and I've seen some that don't know how to put these Beyblades together or are just fascinated by it. The first step is to attach your spin gear to the blade base. There's an outlet that the spin gear will fit in nicely. It will fit between the 2 pins here. Once you've got it secured, you will close these 2 pins and it will lock the spin gear to the blade base. Next is your weight disc. This is a very simple piece. Line it up with the 2 prongs, and that is all you have to do for the weight disc. Last but not least is your attack ring. This is a pretty simple process here, but also can take a little bit of practice. Depending on the attack ring, some of them go on easier than others. Find these 2 notches on the attack ring. You will line them up with the 2 outlines on the spin gear, and you will turn the attack ring the opposite way of the spin gear. So for a right spin Beyblade, you saw that we just turned that to the left, and now we have a fully assembled Dronzer S. Dronzer S comes out to 31.66 grams. You know it's not a learning video without the anime battle. Too bad I'm going to be substituting out Grip Attacker because this is loose and I need to fix it, and I don't want to break it like the anime battle. So I will be replacing it with the manga exclusive Dragoon S. This is also a right spin bay, so it's still on script, right spin versus right spin, but we'll do the manga exclusive Dragoon S versus Dronzer S. Let's go. The first round will be in right spin. Dronzer S is actually able to take full advantage of this Ultimate Stadium due to its LAD, Life After Death, if you haven't heard that one before. As you can see here, the spinning gimmick of this stadium doesn't even phase him. He is very solid in battle. He can stand up to this Dragoon's recoil without a problem. And as you see here, he just keeps spinning like he was never even affected. So half the time I wasn't able to call it because he just never stopped spinning due to the stadium. But you know we have to have these hard hits. We are battling with the Dragoon after all. Dragoon is one of the hardest hitting bays in Beyblade Bakuten Shoot. Even though this is still a right spin bay, it does some crazy recoil. Comment down below, what is your favorite Dronzer Beyblade? Mine probably has to be Dronzer G. Dronzer just finishes round 1 with a quick boot out of the open pocket there. Move on to round 2 in right spin. Dronzer S is a very solid Beyblade in competitive battle, at least his blade base is. You could probably get a better attack ring on him, but the Life After Death on this blade base is crazy. And he is also in attack mode, so that is not helping him, but he's not phased at all. Dragoon there gets some revenge, getting Dronzer out of that pocket. And then Dronzer rebuttals with getting Dragoon out of the pocket. These are some really good battles. This stadium does some crazy work. And look at that. That recoil, and it's just a tie. And Dragoon actually goes flying. If you made it this far in the video, hit that subscribe button. I post videos like this every Wednesday, 11 AM Eastern. Click the playlist on screen now if you want to learn more about Plastic Gen Beyblade. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.